In 2009, the Brookings Institution published a major policy paper titled Which Path to Persia? It laid out multiple options for United States to confront and ultimately reshape Iran's government. More than a decade later, many of those strategies are playing out in real time, from proxy warfare to sanctions to media manipulation. This video breaks down how that 2009 roadmap continues to shape current U.S. and Israeli actions toward Iran. The Brookings paper didn't present one solution. It presented 8 strategic options for dealing with Iran. These included direct invasion, targeted airstrikes, covert support for internal unrest, economic sanctions and isolation, provoking Iran into war supporting opposition groups, staged diplomacy, multilateral pressure. Each option was designed with a media and diplomatic strategy to make U.S. actions look justified, not aggressive. One chapter titled Leave It to Bibi proposed a specific tactic: let Israel provoke Iran into retaliation, so U.S. can intervene militarily, claiming to defend its ally. In April 2024, Israel bombed Iran's consulate in Damascus, a violation of international law. Iran retaliated with a missile barrage, and global media quickly framed Iran as the aggressor. This kind of sequencing matches what Brookings predicted: a provocation to justify escalation. Brookings made it clear: the best way to gain public and international support for action is to make Iran appear irrational and aggressive. That means stage provocations, suppress the context, make Iran seem like the sole threat, frame U.S. or Israeli action as reluctant, defensive. The paper also discusses indirect methods: destabilize Iran from within, using exile groups like MEK, ethnic separatist movements, economic collapse, amplifying, domestic unrest via sanctions. Brookings proposed offering deals that Iran would likely reject, to create the illusion that U.S. tried diplomacy. Examples: the JCPOA nuclear deal, and which was signed, then scrapped snapback sanctions, designed to fail unilateral demands presented as negotiation. Iran has often shown restraint. After the Soleimani assassination, cyber attacks on Natanz, and airspace violations. Brookings considered that restraint a problem, so U.S. and Israel have steadily increased provocation levels, trying to force Iran into overreaction, to justify open conflict. Brookings acknowledged that war with Iran would be unpopular, so it proposed a formula. 1. Create a situation where war seems defensive. 2. Frame U.S. involvement as moral necessity. 3. Blame Iran for escalation. 4. Secure reluctant international backing. In other words, don't just go to war. Make it look like you had no choice. This strategy isn't limited to one U.S. president, whether it's Obama, Trump, or Biden. The playbook has remained consistent: pressure Iran, disrupt regional alliances, undermine sovereignty, use Israel and Gulf states as forward actors. This is long-term geopolitical planning, not reactionary foreign policy. U.S. knows Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons. Both U.S. intelligence and IAEA have confirmed that repeatedly. So what's the real issue? Iran supports resistance to U.S.-Israeli power, builds ties with Russia, China, BRICS, rejects U.S. dollar hegemony, refuses to be a client state. That's what makes Iran a strategic problem, not its weapons. The Brookings plan was never shelved. It's being implemented, piece by piece. Iran's challenge now is survival through strategic patience, regional diplomacy, media counter-narratives, economic resilience, and strategic alliances. U.S. and Israel may be pushing for a fight, but Iran's real battle is to avoid one, on their own terms.